All right, I'm starting. We're recording.
Pasta.
Yo, I'm Ted. Coming at you on a Tuesday. No particular day of the week.
Or month.
And this is Ryan.
I want it noted that in the edit, I'm gonna flange the SHIT out of that, and I'm gonna make it sound demonic. Well, that was a very nice singing intro.
You're gonna phalange? Got it.
You'll note it when you watch. You'll know what I'm talking about.
Noted.
You'll learn what flanger is. You'll learn what the flanger tool is.
I have a feeling I know exactly what you're talking about, but I'm choosing to ignore it. I kind of want to go through Reddit because I love reading Am I the Asshole stories and
That's
passing
always good.
like godly judgment upon mere mortals. I don't know about
I
you.
mean, that's literally all I do in my head is just like say, "Oh, death penalty." So
Death
yeah,
penalty.
if you want to do that.
Or we could start with a
Remember,
more
this is your
sensible.
pod.
We could start with a more sensible Tuesday topic, like
Why not introduce what we're doing here
your mother.
and say what you are?
I'm part vampire and part slag to human society.
I'm a multi-class retard. But I have 4 points in autism and 15 in Adobe Suite.
Isn't it on a 15 or 20 point scale or something like that? Like, are we doing D&D rules?
Yeah, fuck it. No, yeah, introduce yourself as a D&D, as your D&D OC.
Another thing to add to my character sheet is that I am totally susceptible to being scared. So, you know, it's totally possible to sneak up on me and catch me thinking about anything else distracting.
Would you say that if you were to get sneak attacked, they'd be able to take 2 extra turns on you instead of 1?
Yeah, very likely.
Brain scramblies.
I'd probably like stumble to the ground in the most dramatic fashion and, you know, just have like a dizzy icon above my head. Like I'm still careening over the fact that you spadoodled me.
I think I'd leave your fuck-ass character into the tavern. I don't think you're coming on my goblin quest.
So, what's it like being an editor? You know, I don't think I've ever actually asked you, like, what's it like? Do you have trials and tribulations? Do you get brainworms?
To everyone listening who watches, I imagine if you're here, you watch YouTube, imagine having your paycheck be at the whims of these strange creatures we call YouTubers, and having your salary decided by if they want to make content or not.
Now,
it's stressful, but it can be very fun.
I just want
Test videos are fun to make.
I just want to add a little bit of a preface here. This has nothing to do with the other day when I had said, like, I feel like I'm going through a content block right now, and I'm kind of depressed. Ryan, do something about that, even though I know you can't do anything about that.
You say that on stream, I wasn't even there.
No.
Oops. Oh, that's just when you told me.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah, I can fix a content block, but I can't fix a fence. What's important about being an editor is that you don't take your computer and
throw it
out
through the window.
Fucking window when people you work for are being stupid and make career-ruining decisions, even though you tell them otherwise, so you lose a source of revenue.
That
Being
sounds
an
targeted.
editor is fun because you get to insert your own little shenanigans into the videos, your own little moxie tricks. That has its own rewards.
Now, Ryan,
The best.
I feel like we need to ask you to divest a little bit more of the interest that you are putting down right now, the interest that you are describing right now. Maybe divulge is the better word.
Grab a bulge.
No, that's not what that means, you fool. What? Settle down, Tim Allen.
You said you wanted me to invest in something.
No, dig deeper into what you meant, you absolute banana.
About which part? You can't. okay, this is Tessa's first time kind of being in an interviewer position. You gotta give a more leading question than just expand on that. You're not my psychiatrist. You're not getting 120 an hour for this.
In fairness, I said it after something you had freshly said, and you already forgot what you had said. So you want me to reiterate what you just said and my question?
You'll need to reiterate. Yeah, you'll need to reiterate.
Oh my god, you fucking petunia.
I am my therapist. Holy shit, do they have to fucking earn their money when I'm there? Because I'll say something and I'll be like, why don't you expand on that? And I'll be like, huh? What'd I say?
But like, what did I say? You were basically talking about your experience as an editor, and your experience as an editor sounded like it was a targeted experience that you were referring to during your career.
I'd say so. I can't specify for NDA reasons who.
You mentioned the phrase career-ending choices.
Sometimes, I don't know if this comes from purely a place of...
Bro, you've had to sign NDAs for
I've
your
had to
clients?
sign many NDAs.
Holy shit.
You work on people's content a lot. You kind of get a vibe for what the fans want. And then sometimes the person who pays you that you're editing for will tell you something they want to do that's so fucking far out of left field and will just ostracize so many people that love them. So they just go and do it themselves. And it's like dropping gasoline on their channel and lighting a match.
Wow, that was depressing.
And I think sometimes it's okay to listen to editors. I'm not saying we know everything.
Sure.
But we have enough, we understand the nuance of the channel enough that I think it's worth it to hear us out and take what we say with a little more than a grain of salt.
So like a person.
Also pay us more.
So just treat you like a person.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've had very good clients. This is very few and far in between that they're like this. I'm usually treated quite well.
I do agree on the paying you more aspect, but
you're fine. You pay well. I mean, like fucking other people.
I pay well. You heard it.
My slave wages are particularly high this year. I was able to afford a new shirt.
I suppose from a creator aspect, I wonder if there is this unspoken line from the creator point of view where like you want good quality, but you also aren't entirely sure what is valued good quality. So you're kind of instead searching for like cheaper options while trying not to skimp on quality. But you also understand at the same time that like these are people and they need wages just like you do to live. So like there's this balancing act I feel like as a creator that, you know, a majority of us are trying to find. And, you know, being able to luck out and find somebody like Ryan is super helpful, especially like, shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna put Hassan's little fucking frat laugh there. That's very kind, thank you.
Yeah, dude. Whatever. Everybody gets one. So it's cool to be able to find somebody like Ryan where you're able to like have a relationship beyond, you know, just content creator and editor. You know, we're friends, but like coming from the creator's mouth, what do you think about that fine line, like going back and forth of finding the right price point, not knowing exactly what price point you're supposed to be looking for, trying not to skimp out on quality, and trying to get quality results? Like, does that make sense?
No, ask one at a time. Ask one thing at a time. That's so
Do you
confusing.
Understand from the creator point of view, the balancing act of like trying to find something that is within a decent margin to pay while not skimping on quality?
Yeah, you gotta find your perfect Fiverr editor, if that's what you mean. I can understand that.
Yeah. Find your perfect Fiverr editor.
Yeah, if you go to my version of the podcast, you'll get to hear what I actually mean by that.
Which is basically our version of Patreon.
Yeah, it's a much darker version of this podcast, led by me.
It's where Ryan complains about immigrants.
No. Well, you'll find out. You'll find out. I think the goal of an editor is really just to work with a content creator to kind of, I hate to say content creator, it's to work with a creative or a person that has a vision and wants to put something out, and work with them to the point that you can spend enough time on their shit and they can afford enough of your time that you can find the middle ground. Or at least that's what my goal is.
Do you...
Like, if you're brokey, I'll work with you still. Like, if I think you have potential, that's a personal thing. If I think you have potential, I'll try and work with you. But if you're like, even if you're like pretty big and your shit is fucking horrendous, there's like a pretty decent chance that the me of a year ago wouldn't have worked with you, but the me now in the current Canadian economy probably wouldn't.
That's not targeted, right? That's just like in general.
It's not targeted to you.
Okay.
It's targeted to some
I was
people.
like, I mean, okay.
Why would I break that on your podcast that I think your shit sucks?
Well,
when I told you I
don't
like
know.
your
It's just
content,
me.
I think it's good.
It's just me being paranoid because like a year ago, like I started back up content creating earlier this year. Like I took like a 2 or 3 year break. So I don't know. It's just me being stupid. I guess
your stuff is good. Like, it's better than a lot of the shit I see of the content around the range of where we're at. Like, let's say, just for example, it's schlockish. It's trading card schlop. We're definitely in the higher echelon of like production value in terms of trading card schlop.
Dude, your editing is insane. Your editing, I think, really helps highlight like portions of my personality that I've always wanted to try and highlight.
I'm glad that you think that, and I'm happy to help.
On screen, I want you to spell out glad, but with an E. GLED, because that's what it sounded like. I'm glad.
I'm glad.
Okay, so that's interesting that you're able to empathize with that point. I guess the reason I have that question is just from a concerned point of view of like, no, bitch.
Is this my performance
No, it's not a performance review. No, I'm asking because I'm just wondering if there's any room for empathy in between editors and content creators, because ultimately you're just trying to get your paycheck. Like you're just trying to get your next meal and pay for shit like insurance and whatever, like the rest of us. So in a freelance,
pay for trading cards. I agree.
And pay for trading cards, exactly. So in a freelance economy, I can understand like your point of view while also battling like my point of view, and I'm always struggling to find like the in-between. I'm already set with my editor. I'm happy with you, so I don't deal with this problem really anymore. But another question that I have is, do you prefer it, and this is like pre and post Canadian economy problems, do you prefer when people reach out and ask you for like estimate questions or ballpark estimate questions? Or do you, and then they end up like not following up? Or do you prefer that like, if you don't even know what your budget is, I don't even want you reaching out? Like, do you have an in-between or something?
I'd prefer you know your budget, but I'd also just prefer you reach out at all. It's kind of...
My email is empty, it's crying.
The son of ogre 0@gmail.com. I'll give you an estimate. I'll work with you on your shit.
Ryan, fantastic editor. Go to my YouTube.
All 15 viewers are gonna love that you said that, Frankie.
Hell yeah. Hey, it's still 15.
I said 15, but
that's like upside. That could fit my apartment. That could stack my apartment, bro.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't actually realize how much 100 people is. It's a lot. It's like probably more than you see in a day in one spot, especially me.
Yeah.
I'm a homebody. I don't see I see 5 people a day, and it's the people in my house.
I guess, oh God, now you really make me feel bad about like what I said the other day about like feeling a content wall, when in reality, I can't stop thinking about the concurrent viewership. But in reality, like going back to what you just said about like live numbers, like how many people that is, like I get over 50 concurrent viewers, most of them lurkers. I wish that they would talk more, but we love lurkers nonetheless. But I don't really fully comprehend a lot of the times, like 50, 60 people in my house. That's nuts.
Sitting there watching you fucking bankrupt yourself on MTG. You gotta realize, you're in the top, like, 10% of Twitch if you can average 30 viewers, and you average, like, 60. You're doing well. I don't know how you even managed it, but you're doing, like, pretty fucking well. You've always been doing well, even since, like, I first met you. I don't know how you did that. Because that's, like, the biggest hurdle, is just, like, breaking, like, 5 viewers consistently.
It's hard, man. And,
It's not easy.
The reality of it is, like, while I am able to captivate, like, random people through the discoverability, which is on Twitch, I will not censor myself on that.
I'm gonna censor that, and it's gonna make it sound so much worse.
Whatever. Eat my ass. I can't not recognize that a good portion of my viewership is because of my friend. And I find this love-hate relationship between, like, being thankful that I have them at all, but also, like, why don't some of you show up a little bit more consistently? Like, I'm trying to get partner, please. Finding my balance of being grateful and not so grateful.
That's reasonable, I'd say. It's like, phrasing it like that is like, why don't you watch me? Watch me more. You don't understand. I have the best content out there.
And then it puts a damper on, like, am I even producing decent content at all? I'm trying to be more or less like a breakout creator, but nothing that I'm doing is really that novel. So finding middle ground of, like, I'm a girl, I'm interested in Magic the Gathering, I do box openings, I refurbish old Game Boys, like, I build keyboards, I do think that I have a niche, I have a calling card that is interesting, but discoverability is extremely hard, and I guess that's the portion that I'm more frustrated with and what's kind of affecting my mental these days.
I think that's totally understandable.
Combating it is another thing, and being able to talk to somebody about it is also another thing. So,
yeah, I understand where you're coming from, because we're in the same field.
Yeah.
Are you really, like, I should probably know this, but how are we, like, working on discoverability in terms of the Twitch? Like, not like the YouTube, I think we're doing pretty decent.
Yeah.
In terms of discoverability, but, like, what are we doing to work towards that?
I'm getting closer to YouTube Partner, which is something that I think I want to explore, versus, like, Twitch Partner seems a bit too hard right now. Like, I'm getting the numbers, I'm just not. I'm not getting the required amount of concurrent viewership. Like, I'm hovering just below it, and that's frustrating the hell out of me.
What is it? What's the actual number that you need?
Right now, as of, like, the last 30 days, the data that I have on my analytics, it's 60. Like, 59 point something, but, like, it's 60.
Oh, wow.
And, you need 75.
You need it to be at? Oh, you need 75. Okay,
yeah,
that's what I was asking.
You need 75. Otherwise, I'd have a badge by now.
Or you even want to work for damn Clancy Shitcube?
I mean, by having an affiliate ship, I kind of already am working for Amazonian.
That's not work as much as you're a slave of Amazon.
I mean, they earn 1099 NECs all the same.
Amazon's gonna own us all in, like, 10 years.
It's all gonna be, like, the same 5 companies. Have you ever seen Parks and Recreation? Chipotle, Exxon, T-Mobile, or something like that?
Chipotle, Exxon, T-Mobile. I have seen Parks and Rec, but I saw it a while ago.
It was something like that. It was fucking crazy. But I don't disagree with it. I forget what U.S. clausal law it is, but it was, like, certain mergers, like, aren't allowed, like, in the Board of Chancery or something like that, because it discourages, like, competition. That's why we have so many different businesses in the same fields. Like, we have all of these different phone companies all offering the same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That reminds me of how expensive medicine is when it really shouldn't be.
Oh my god. You want to come to the U.S.?
No, it's worse there, but it's somehow bad here now, too. It's like, what am I even paying these taxes for?
Listeners who are unaware, Tess, I am from America.
California.
And Ryan is from Canada.
I'm north of Toronto.
I mean, there's still like a crazy price gouging issue with medicine.
Ozempic shouldn't be that expensive. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay. So before I get too off topic,
we haven't been on topic.
No, we have. We've been talking about content creator and editor. We've still been talking about the same realm. You know, we can still bookmark this when we make chapters on YouTube.
No, you're right. You're right.
Do you have an autistic current obsession that I don't know about?
I want it on there, actually. Forgot I wrote that on the docket. It's autistic current obsession bracket ? Do I have one? Yeah, it's the Dragon Ball Cell saga, and I've been obsessed with it for 2 months.
That fucking explains why you've been sending me nonstop emotes.
Yeah,
of
I'm
like
posting
self-thinking.
constantly. Well, it's just a very good Discord emote. That's pretty much just what I've been on the past little bit. I've been cell posting nonstop on Twitter, on Discord, just anywhere I can. It's not as much of a hobby as it is a lifestyle. So that's where I'm at on life right now. How about you? Where do you find yourself?
Well, I have a lovely affliction, aptly called attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
Oh.
And I have what I like to refer to as like a wheel of interests. It's a wheel of rotating interests, and you spin the wheel every 2 weeks, and you don't really ever land on the same thing twice. It's very rare. So for example, if I have a hyper focus on playing The Sims for weeks on end, I will all of a sudden there'll be like some type of kill switch that activates in my brain, and I'll put it away for months, if not a year.
I think that's pretty normal. That's just burnout.
Is it?
It is. I get burnout nonstop. I have it right now.
I mean, burnout for me is like when you're working on something mandatory, seemingly mandatory, and you're fraying both ends of the candlestick.
That is true, but the burnout I'm talking about is when there's something you like, but it reaches a point where it's too much effort to even like it anymore. And it's like, I still like it, but it's like, I don't think I can like it properly anymore, so I need to step away for a bit. That's me with Fear and Hunger. I'll put it on screen. Well, this is a podcast. I don't have any way to go further, and I'm sorry about that.
Fear and Hunger.
Fear and Hungy, my favorite series.
You know what's funny? The first thing that came to mind when I brought up autistic obsessions is my friend James. Love you so much. Shout out, James. He is on this crazy Beyblade bender, and I am...
That's not just him. That's in my area, too. They're starting
so
Beyblade
happy
tournaments.
And proud of him, but I also, don't know... I don't know what to do about it. Other than
get your game on.
Other than yeah, let it rip, and then I do the thing. I do the Beyblade thing, and it's like, okay, this is okay, but I don't get that same spark that he feels, and then it makes me wonder if that's how the rest of the world looks at me when I try and show them look at these rocks.
Like your keyboard shit?
Like my keyboard shit, or building computers, or Game Boys, or whatever.
I mean, yeah, I can't say I get it, 1-to-1, but no, that's unavoidable. You're gonna sound retarded, for lack of a better term, to anybody when you're explain your interests. So I think that's kind of just our fate as people, as fucking dweeb, literally just fucking dweebs.
Dweeb lords.
That's kind of just where we're always gonna be at.
Right.
Yeah. Aged like fine butter.
And circling back to self-employment from our first topic, the job market. How goes looking for work, Ryan?
Why are you picking a fight? It's bad, it's bad.
I'm not.
You're the one responsible for it.
What are you
You're the one who's entirely responsible for it. I pay you to apply to work for me, and I haven't gotten anything yet.
It's not from me, lack of trying. I'm putting out these applications for you, you banana.
I don't know why they. Well, how come, as Will Smith said when he cried in that one scene, how come they don't want me, man?
How come they don't want me, man?
Oh, you don't want me. That's me with
It's
my
just...
shitty shitheel job.
Okay, so like, in all, describe what your gripe is with your experience in the job market.
Chess, this is your podcast. This is what you
I
want
will
to talk
share my
about.
experience. I'm asking you.
Okay, repeat the question.
What is your experience in dealing with the job market right now?
Poor. It's very hard to find work.
Why?
I really don't know. Like, I wish I knew. I don't know if it's the economy or if it's just my resume that fucking blows, but I'm gonna go to a career coach and hopefully fucking figure it out, because I kind of just want to get a job and be a normal person. Not, by that I mean like not work freelance and maybe just like work corporate with a bit of freelance on the side. I want to be a corpo from Cyberpunk, and I think maybe the key to me becoming a full-fledged human being is
a perfect cell.
70k to become my perfect form is to eat my siblings and make 70k a year.
That's beautiful.
Or higher.
That's beautiful sentiment.
Thank you.
Well, I just recently started a new job, only after trying for months. Previously, I was in a contract position and I was getting really nervous about, because I only got re-signed for 6 months after my year contract was up. I was getting a little nervous about, because I wasn't getting paid for holidays, just basic contract stuff. And the company that I worked for, they took extra time off, especially during the holidays. So next thing I know, I have almost 2 weeks of like no work and no paycheck. And that just doesn't work with me. I have liabilities to take care of.
How did you pay me? I didn't even know that's like what you were.
That was like last holiday season.
And then I don't think we were working then. I think it's almost at 1 year for us.
Yeah, it'll be a year, I think, in March. Yeah, something like that. But man, I gotta say, it is really fucking annoying putting your heart and soul into some of these questions that these places put out, and for them to give like 0 fucks about your application, and they just judge based off of, I don't know, very topical things like if your name is brown or white sounding, if, you have a singular specific college degree, or in my field, like if you're a CPA, they're paying CPAs dog water. I feel so bad for anybody who went through all of the CPA exam sections, paid all of your fees, to be a CPA, which is, really hard. The examination is actually harder than the bar exam. And then they pay you under 6 figures a year still.
Like the teachers.
That's crazy.
That does sound a little goofy. That's not right.
So, as somebody who doesn't quite have their CPA, I'm actually working on an EA, which is something separate.
EA Sports.
EA Sports, yeah. No, it's an enrolled agent. It's like being an outside... Okay. Do you need a moment?
No, I'm sorry.
An enrolled agent for the IRS. So it's like being an extension of the IRS independently. So you're able to legally represent clients and handle their paperwork in the same way that like, a legal tax professional, like a tax attorney or a CPA would be able to handle. EA has the same types of rights that they have. So I'm going to do that instead. Because I've been in school for so long. I have a prior degree. I'm working on an accounting certificate right now, and I'm just fucking over it. I just want to look forward to work, and that's it. Not like today, I was working on homework. I'm over it.
I actually didn't know that you wanted to work for Johnny Taxman directly.
Well, it wouldn't be working for Johnny Taxman directly. It's working independently as an extension of them. So it's like being one of their agents that's like out in the wild. And then somebody can capture you with a random Pokeball. and hire you to work for them.
Fuck, well, that's one way of putting it, I guess.
Well, I have to explain it to like the layman Zoomer people that are probably
No, you're
listen.
making me understand that phrasing.
I know, and you're fucking. So.
Well, we're gonna. I'll decide how and if we censor that.
Well, you already said it once.
Fuck you.
Don't. You bitch.
Don't. Fuck you.
So anyway, the job market is like
bad.
It's bad. Like if
really
hearing it from a Canadian and a US perspective, like it's not great. I can't even begin to tell you how many applications I personally put out just to hopefully hear back. I think before I got my new job and when I was looking for work prior for, my previous job, I was on a time crunch. I was moving back to California, and I was on a time crunch to find a new line of employment. So I had the date of moving set, but I didn't have like a new job lined up. And luckily everything fell into place when I needed it to. But I put out over 100 applications, and each one of them different than another, not just like one of those easy apply, LinkedIn links.
So what I do, should I be doing something else?
They're not all like that. Some of them are like that.
No.
You're a towel.
It's dumb. Get going. Sorry, I couldn't interrupt and break my own rules.
No, I didn't have much else after that. Other than like, I don't know why it's so unnecessarily hard. And I went through so many interviews, like multi-layered interviews for singular companies, only to either get ghosted or after I ended up following up like weeks later after not hearing anything to be told, oh yeah, the position has either been closed or we went along with other candidates. Only after I had followed up weeks later.
Dude, I fucking hate that. I violently hate that.
Like you go through so many specific steps to interview with them and give them what they want, only for them to say, go fuck yourself. Like
that's what fucking Mr. Beast did to me.
They're
on a fucking record.
They're of course at liberty to do that. But at the same while, it's like, dude, you're wasting my time. I have used so much PTO just like trying to make these multi-layered interviews happen in one day like you're asking me to. It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah,
it needs to be better. That or God knows how many ghost job listings are on places like LinkedIn or Indeed where they're not real jobs and they're just trying to get like more funding from the government by saying that they're hiring.
You're not dumb. Like I've never said you're dumb. Sorry, I don't know why I phrased it like I play too much MOBA style games, but fuck if that is not true. Like that is so fucking true. There in Canada especially, there must be so many fucking ghost listings or I really fucking suck. And one of those, I kind of, if I start to believe it, I'm gonna explode if I start to actually believe it. It was not gonna be good for me mentally.
Dude, no, you have every reason to feel like you shouldn't feel that way. You're not a bad employee or prospective employee, but it's no wonder that we end up feeling like that,
When if you control F on the word unfortunately in your email and it's half of like the 10,000 emails you've received.
Right.
Unfortunately, you're not ready for you at this time.
Yeah, you read it in the SpongeBob meme voice, like, unfortunately.
I don't read it. I read everything as don't hug me, I'm scared voice. Website's under construction.
Don't hug me, I'll come. What?
I'm editing in a full minute of silence after that. And then I was just gonna just go into something else and just not talk about it. I'm including this too. We can keep going. It's editing. I can just make the silence.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, I'm sufficiently fed up with the job market, and I am very grateful that I found my next line of employment.
you're actually like, I say this all the time, but like you're a fucking 1%er for like our generation. Like if you're the start and I'm the end, you're a full on 1%er. Like you've done
Really?
really well. You've done really well.
I always feel the
If you have a
opposite,
job,
but I'm hypercritical of myself, I guess, like other
where it's
people are.
critical. It's
I'm,
okay to
I'm
be hypercritical of yourself, but you also got to be realistic in that. Like you are legitimately like a full-on 1%er. Like you're doing really well. Like you have the ability to get a job. Congrats, you're better than like 99% of fucking anyone, any of us. I'm not like I know my tone of voice. Fuck you. I know my tone of voice doesn't change. I'm not like upset about that. I think it's excellent, and I think you should be very, very proud. But fuck, am I a little jealous? I don't have a job. Fuck. When is it Daddy's turn?
soon,
That's what I always ask myself. And
soon, my sweet summer child, soon. Your day is coming. I know it.
My day is coming when it's either get a job or get hit by a truck. It's one or the other. But hopefully, if that does happen, I get a nice swaggin' payout, and I don't have to work anymore.
Well, I mean, I just paid
Assuming
you.
I survive it. Yeah, but the money you pay me goes to trading cards. I need living money too. But that's not your
for living money too. You
no,
Jesus.
it's not. I gotta brick on surging sparks and then want to explode into the fucking sun. It's important I do that. No, you do pay. You pay very generously, and you sponsor me too, which is very pleasant. I go to tournaments and Sheets and Keeb test for a shirt. People ask him, "What the fuck are you wearing?" And I tell them.
Do people actually?
Occasionally. I think people are kind of used to it. There's only so many people around.
There's that fucking idiot wearing that Merce Gerblin shirt. Like,
I'll post a picture of it. I forgot. That does say fucking the Moss Gerblin alert.
Merce Gerblin alert.
No, it's Moss Gerblin. It's like Moss Gerblin sighting. It's so fucking stupid, but it's really funny. And for that reason, I go, haha. I think it's worth a chuckle. It's worth a fucking hearty chuckle. Yeah, I have people ask. I've gotten a couple, what the fuck is a Moss Gerblin? Then I just point at the shirt. That's a fucking Moss Gerblin. Buckaroo.
Merce Gerblin.
So we're the dynamic duo. You gotta tell me. Or there's a time for some...
Well, I was about to pivot over to Am I the Asshole post.
Yeah, that's literally where I was going. I think I've spoken enough on myself. If you want to hear more about me and my non-controversial beliefs, check out the description for the dark version of this podcast that will be on a separate channel and will not feature me or Tess, legally different people. We cannot be held accountable for what will be said there.
Woo! Okay, so on that note, I think I found a good one for us to determine.
Make sure you take a screenshot of it for me so I can put it on the screen.
So the first one is, am I the asshole for telling my friend he should move out? So I, 27 male, let my best friend, 27 male, move in with me about a year ago when he lost his job and had nowhere to go. Rent where we live is crazy high, and I know he had a really rough time. He went through a bad breakup and was pretty depressed, so I told him he could stay with me to get back on his feet. For the first few months, he was really down and didn't go out much. I could tell he was grateful and wanted help, but he just wasn't in a good place mentally. I tried to support him however I could, like covering most of the groceries and bills since he couldn't. I didn't want him to stress, and he did what he could to help around the place, like cleaning and cooking sometimes. 4 months ago, he finally got a job again, and things started to look up for him. He's been slowly getting better and more social, which makes me happy because he's like a brother to me. But at the same time, he's still not really contributing to bills or rent, and when I ask, he says he's, quote, saving up to move out eventually. I understand he's still trying to rebuild, but it's been a while now and he never really gives me a clearer timeline. I'm feeling a bit torn because I miss having my own space, but I know he's been through a lot. When I gently brought up that maybe it's time for him to start looking for a place of his own, he got really quiet and said he still needs time to save. He told me he's afraid of going back to square one and doesn't want to risk taking on more than he can handle too soon. Since then, things have felt tense between us. He seems hurt, he's avoiding me more, which makes me feel like I've messed up. A couple of our friends said I should be more patient and understanding given what he's been through. I feel bad and wonder if I'm being selfish by wanting him to move out, especially knowing how hard the past year was for him. I just don't know how to balance helping him with needing my own space. Am I the asshole? Edit, thank you all so much for the comments and advice. I didn't expect this many responses, but I appreciate it. Honestly, making this post was partly to push myself to finally have this talk and maybe even to show my friend or some of our other friends if I needed the extra support.
Thanks for the gold, kind stranger. Thanks for the gold.
Yeah, you
Sorry,
goon.
I'm back.
A lot of people pointed fingers at my friend, calling him a leech, and while I understand where that's coming from, he's genuinely a good guy who's just had a rough year. I still care about him and want to support him, but I also need a bit more space and fairness for myself. I'm not drowning financially since I make more than him, but it's still not easy to keep covering most of the bills alone. I've decided to sit him down and have a serious talk. I'll ask him to start gradually covering more of the rent, groceries, and utilities, aiming to reach half over the next 2 months so it's not too sudden. I'll do my best to help him find a more affordable place to live so he can work towards moving out on his own. So my answer is, so after that edit, I'm glad that they're doing that. I can totally empathize with like how they feel about like not wanting to spring something like that, about like, hey, you need to cough up more money like now, like yesterday. Like, I understand not wanting to do that because like, what if you were in that situation? But at the same time, like, I want my own space. Get the fuck out. Well, that's pretty much it. It's just like this person was helping their friend get back on their feet and they started covering like all of the expenses. And when they tried to approach them about it, the friend was like, I can't. Like, I can't, and I don't really know what else to do. And they're saying this while they also just got a new job and they're starting to earn income and they're trying to save, but at the same time, like, dude, you shouldn't be living here rent-free if you already have, you know, somebody covering everything for you. Like, I'd give a month, like, for a grace period, but after that, like, no, you got to be contributing 50%, and then after that, get the fuck out.
I'm glad to know you're gonna let me die in the streets when I'm inevitably homeless.
If you have, dude, if you have a job and
I'm almost done reading.
If you have a job and you're telling me to still kick rocks on paying a portion, even a little bit, nah, miss me with that.
It's giving leech.
Yeah.
It's a little leech. If he has a new job, okay, what you need to do is, like, if you want to have a relationship above the age of 25 with a friend, like, there needs to be, and you're gonna like treat them like family, like that level, there needs to be some boundary. And you need to understand, like, if I'm gonna help you like this, like, the second you can start helping again, you're gonna help. Like, hey, maybe if you're not paying bills right away because you can't afford it, okay, congrats. So you're gonna be doing cleaning, laundry, and cooking. You're gonna be my maid for a bit. Maybe, like you said, after a month grace period, just to like try and mentally recover a bit.
Yeah, like pocket a little bit so that you have a cushion. But after that, like, I expect at least half of whatever expenses I have been accruing. I'm not covering more than half for you.
I don't know if I jumped to half right away, because it depends on what job he got. Like, if he got a good job, okay, yeah, we're going halvesies or you're out. Like, if it's like a smaller job, like, okay, maybe I'll let you, you can pay some of it, but you're still going to be responsible for chores and shit around the house. But like, you can move it up to a point. But also, if I want my own space, I'm going to be like, okay, like, at some point you got to go, you know,
Yeah, I think I'm a lot more critical of it because they're also not romantic partners as far as I can tell. So
They ain't fucking.
The equal exchange of goods and services doesn't really hit me the way that it's probably hitting other people. That's why I'm more critical about, like, okay, I'll give you a month. I'll give you maybe 2 months to rack up shit, and then I expect 50%. And then after some time,
giving me all your good Pokemon cards, because those are going to be mine now.
You better start fucking selling those cards.
Yeah, or just give me the ones I want.
Or helping me sell them.
Yeah, that Moonbreon motherfucker, that's my Moonbreon.
Yeah, I better see your ass on the computer, like on TCG Player, putting these cards up every day.
If you're not starting an eBay spot, you're kicked out. I think that he's not the asshole in this situation. I think he's been more than accommodating.
Oh yeah, not the asshole for sure.
I think he maybe has a bit of people-pleasing tendencies, and I think it's about time that he really lays it on his friend and he either starts giving him sexual favors or kicks him out.
Yeah, I feel it. Okay, now I have the second
My 27 nail living fuck for it. Sorry, I don't know why that just... Those words appeared in my head and I had to read. Hey, Playboys. Co-host Ryan here. Unfortunately, Tess's computer went wonky and we lost the last 15 minutes of our podcast, but that's okay. We'll make up for it next time. Thank you so much for watching to this point. Comment 58237 to be entered to win a prize, your prize, and leave a like if you liked. Check the description for the dark version of this podcast, which will be an entirely different podcast, but same co-host most of the time. Thanks, guys.